Bry's Comics.
In this video, we're going to talk about two major wins in the hobby, and let's see if we can throw the YouTube algorithm for a loop. Though many people know that YouTube rewards the oh no thumbnails, the CGC screwed me again videos, which, it happens and they're fun to watch. And, anytime somebody gets screwed by CGC, don't you want to click on it and see what happened? But this video is all about two wins. So smash that like button. Let's just keep it positive. Let's see if we could get to, 100 likes. Share it with your friends. Say, hey, something good happened. Watch this video. And I'm sure they will be like, I don't want to see it. But nonetheless, two good wins. Before we hop too far into it, congratulations to Ruth Vasquez. Ruth, you won the April giveaway for Bry's Comics on YouTube. And congratulations to Javier Araya. Javier, you won the April newsletter giveaway for bryscomics.com. I want to remind you, we have a brand new giveaway this month. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win this slab. And if you head over to bryscomics.com and sign up for the newsletter, you're entered to win a free slab each and every month. And it's where you get first access to new inventory, new collections that come through the shop. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off. And I'll also, send out newsletter announcements that I have books for trade. We're going to talk about, a grail, a success story for a grail later. And it's all there at the newsletter at bryscomics.com. And then we also have a massive Whatnot show this Friday. If you're watching this the day it comes out, $1 starts on everything. Tons of awesome stuff. Giveaways all night. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase if you're new to Whatnot. So we got a bunch of really cool new stuff that just hit the website. Check out this Golden Age Green Lantern Christmas cover. I think that's really collectible. It's fun to have stuff in your collection that you can pull out at different seasons. I have a Christmas slab myself. So some really cool stuff that's listed now at bryscomics.com. First Pink Panther in comics. And then we have a ton of stuff coming to Whatnot soon. This will be in a future Whatnot show. A bunch of really fun slabs over here. What about you, Marcus? You got any fun slabs?
Ton of fun slabs. Black Panther.
Say hello there.
Number one.
Hello there.
Wolverine. Bunch of other fun stuff. The classics. How about some Rogue? How about some First Apocalypse, for 8.5 and a 9.4. Tons of fun stuff coming very soon to Whatnot. And check out these awesome slabs that are going to hit the website soon here. Some really high-grade early Marvel horror. We got Vault of Evil. It's cool to see these in 9.4, 9.6. Even a number 2 in a 9.6. Some of these I think are John Romita covers. I think this is a John Romita cover. Here's the John Romita cover. Crypt of Shadows, number 4, 9.6, white pages. Available now. It should be over at bryscomics.com. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off. The first win is a book I just got back from CGC, and let me give the little backstory of this real quick. I got my World Tree incentive copies sent from Diamond Comics. There was a huge amount of damages. There was even some books in that set that were recalled, and we'll talk more about that here in just a moment as well. Some interesting stuff with that. But there in the mix, in my 1 in 100s for World Tree number 1, I noticed that one of the books was a double cover. For those that don't know what that is, that's when the printer just picked up 2 covers and sent it through the machine and it made it into circulation. They're incredibly rare and they're really special. Sometimes you'll get a triple cover or a quadruple cover, or I think I've seen some even up to like 8 or 9 covers, and they're really, really fun and really, really rare collectibles. In every case, it adds to the value of the book. And there it was for the 1 in 100, no less, the rarest, of the batch. I sent it off to CGC after a clean, and it just came back Bam! 9.8. I'll put a better picture of it up there on the screen. So the way a double cover works is up here on the label, it says double cover, first cover 9.8, interior cover 9.8. So it grades both of the covers, and whatever is the higher grade is what gets put on the label. So oftentimes what will happen is the interior cover will be a higher grade than the exterior cover. It might be like a 9.0 and a 7.5. Well, it gets 9.0 on the label, so it's a double double cover 9.0. So really, really cool to see. You also get sometimes, more 9.9s because they can avoid, the inner cover can avoid some of the exterior damage, and then the higher grade gets put on the label. So it's really cool to see that. So what I want to know from you guys is, what should I price this book at? I mean, it's, as far as I know, it's the only one. There very well could be others. This series has some potential. It's James Tynion, after all. It's a really compelling story. I think it has potential, to get picked up or to become really popular. So what do you price something like this at? What do you think this is worth? I'm going to throw it on my website for sale. If it was, this book is a Nice House on the Lake #1 homage, which is also a fantastic series. I'm a huge fan of Nice House on the Lake. But if this was a Something is Killing the Children homage to one of those, and it came back, a 9.8 double cover, I absolutely, no question, would have kept it. But, Nice House on the Lake as it is, I am going to sell it. And I'd like to know what you think is a fair price for this book. All things considered, it's a double cover. It's a 1 in 100. It's incredibly rare. There was a lot of, problems with shipping and damages for this book in general. So the other thing I wanted to talk about with this book is this copy right here. This is a damaged copy, so I don't need to worry about how I handle it. But this is the reprint, or the corrected version of the 1 in 25 for World Tree #1. It's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover, and the original one that they came out with, I'll try to put both of them up on the screen here. They felt that it was too dark. Okay, and so I saw in James Tynion's newsletter, he said that he got some of his comp copies for this title, and he saw that cover and he said, whoa, we got to send this back to press. We got to recall it. This is not up to the standard that we want for this book. We've worked really hard on this book, and we don't want subpar covers. So they recalled the cover A and the Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Now, the reason that they came up looking dark was because the paper quality is incredibly cheap. So they reprinted it on a glossier cover. And the funny thing about that to me is, here was James Tynion, who wanted to do, this is his passion project, and he wanted to, have top quality stuff so that the people could get, a better copy that they would be happier with. But the funny thing about it, the irony, is that everybody wants the recalled version, and you can hardly give away the reprinted, corrected versions of these books. It's all about the recalled versions, even though they look worse. They don't look as good, and it's just, a funny concept to me. I want to know what you guys think about that, this unintended, creation of demand for recalling comics for whatever the reason. They always go up in value for the recalled version. That's what people want. And once again, if you're not familiar with how that works, usually the distributor will send an email and say, please destroy all copies. Just because it's recalled doesn't mean that they're all going to be thrown away. It doesn't even necessarily mean that it's going to be more rare in a situation like this, where they were all recalled after they had been sent out to retailers, and it's up to the honor system for retailers to destroy the copies. So it's not even necessarily more rare. I wouldn't be surprised if, you had the same number of recalled and corrected editions on the census down the line, but it's the recalled one that people want. Now on to the second win. So you may recall that some time ago, I offered up for trade an Amazing Fantasy 15 and a 2.5 restored label, and it had a small amount of color touch on the cover. Let me play a clip of a recent video that I did on that, explaining what I thought the book's potential was. So first I want to start by talking about the overall appearance of this book and how it might be improved as is without talking about the restoration. So this book has heavy creasing to the cover, and a lot of the creasing is non-color breaking. And as you can see, there's just rippling and creasing that can be greatly improved by pressing, add a little humidity, and give this thing a press. A lot of those non-color breaking creases are going to come out, causing this book to present a lot better on both the front and even on the back cover. There's tons of non-color breaking creases on the back as well. Now, the color breaking creases and the pieces missing and the tears, there's nothing you can do about that, but you can make this book present a whole lot better. And oftentimes that's the difference between a 2.5 and a 3.0, is it's a 2.5 that just looks a little bit better. That'll bump it up to the 3.0. All in all, at the end of the day, I think that this book can be improved with a press for the non-color breaking creases, and I think that it might be more severe defect added to the book to remove the color touch, but I think the end result would be a 2.5 blue label. Worst case scenario, a 2.0 blue label. It certainly won't get any less than a 2.0. So there you can see what I said, folks, and I just got news from my buddy who ended up trading me for this book. I ended up trading this book for $24,000 in trade value, and the book just came back. He had it sent off to be restoration removed, pressed clean, and regraded, and it came back a 3.0 blue label. So as I said, you know, at worst a 2.0, likely still a 2.5, and if with any luck, a 3.0. Well, it got the 3.0. The most recent sale of a 3.0, and you know, keeping in mind that the market has gone down some since this trade happened, the most recent sale that was this month for a 3.0 was $24,000. So this collector, hats off to him, so happy for them. They ended up getting the exact value of their book. So they got full market value for, I think it was like 47 books that they traded me. 47 books. They got full market value for every single one of them. Minor keys. Some of them were pretty major keys, but mostly, you know, mid-grade, mid-tier books. How awesome is that they got to trade all of that, 47 books, for the Silver Age Grail? You know, it's just such an awesome win-win-win. You know, I won because I made my profit off the book, which was very little. I actually didn't make a ton off of this. Obviously, the end collector won. They got to consolidate their collection, get even value for their books, to get the mega grail that they've always wanted. And even the seller that I bought the restored copy from, I paid a high price, you know, as far as restored copies go. So my friend sent this book to Capt Can Comics. I think it's Captain Canada Comics. They're on Instagram. I have no correlation with them, no experience with them other than this. This is a single instance, and obviously you can't, you know, deny these results were spectacular for this book. And you know, I think that the restoration that was on this book, it looked like pencil, and it looked like it was relatively easy to remove. The book obviously hadn't been pressed or cleaned prior to being submitted, so it was just one of those situations. I think the end takeaway here is, if you're submitting books to CGC, always get them pressed, cleaned, and graded. And if you're going to do a grail, you know, at least talk to somebody who has experience with it before you just, you know, blindly submit a book to CGC, because you end up, you know, in this situation where you could have, you know, started and done the right thing from the beginning. But at the end of the day, very similar values. And again, there's no losers in this situation. Everybody got, you know, decent value, decent money for their books that were either traded or bought or sold. So it's just really exciting to see. This is actually the second time that I've sold a restored grail that came back with a grade bump and the blue label. So oftentimes for this restoration removal, a color touch removal, sometimes it can be a really minor thing. So that's it for this video, guys. Just a couple of wins. I hope that you can celebrate with me and everybody involved who had, you know, a major win in this situation. Thank you as always for sticking with me to the end. Don't forget, we always have a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win a free slab, brand new slab for this month. And if you head over to brycecomics.com and sign up for the newsletter, you get first access to new collections, and you're also entered to win a free slab each and every month. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items. I hope to see you over on Whatnot. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase if you're new to Whatnot. We're having a ton of fun, and it just keeps getting better. They just keep improving the app. We keep getting better, you know, shows and everything. So it's really fun, and I hope to see you there. Thanks as always for sticking with me to the end. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Bryce Comics.